Hello! And I know a lot of you probably have waited for this for a very, 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 very crap. Very, very. I bet my remote's about to die. Nope. Very, 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 very. Ah! It is dead. Very, 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 very long time, I'm sure. Well, welcome to the long-awaited part 15 of the epic Mickey walkthrough I'm doing. If you need to refresh yourself in any part of this game, feel very free to watch parts 1 through 14. Okay, yeah. Where we left off, I said we were about halfway through the game, and if you don't recall, we found a way to get back home with the Moonliner rocket, but the bad doctor sabotaged it. And he scattered the three main parts we need around Wasteland. We got the first part from Peatronic, and now we're going to go over to Ventureland, Now we're going to go over to Ventureland to get the second rocket part. If you look at your quests menu, we still have 5 active. Pete wants us to restore Pete Pan. We need to find Moody's cousin, Rigger Green. Collect all the rocket parts, which is going to take most of the rest of the game. We're still collecting film reels, and of course we still need to get home. Okay, collect our rocket parts. Yeah, don't forget, in each of the 36 cartoons you'll be wandering throughout this game, there's a film reel in each. And we've gone through 16, we've gotten all of them so far. Collect our rocket parts. It says the next one belongs to animatronic Captain Hook. So that tells you that the next boss is animatronic Captain Hook. So... And the little joystick thing is what we're going to get from him, because the disc is what we got from Peatronic. And don't forget a quest. It says who assigned it to you, where it was assigned, the description, any items, yada yada yada. Pin collection, 34 out of 105. We are like nowhere near the end. And on my main file I have like 8 missing. So here's a map, and remember, this is out of the 36 cartoons there are. We still have not gone through even half of them. And don't forget, the map tells you points of interest in the direction you're supposed to be going. Cartoon number 17 is black and white instead of color, and it's Jungle Rhythm Part 1. And don't forget, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is in Mean Street for most of the remainder of this game, just waiting for us. And I defeated the clock tower, so that got me an extra thing of thinner, and I redeemed Peatronic instead of killing him, which got me an extra thing of paint. So I have 4 tubes of paint and 4 tubes of thinner, and you start each file with 3. Alright, and now remember, if you don't remember this part, this is another important part. In the very first video for this walkthrough, I said I was going to play this game relatively close to exactly how I did it the first time ever. And I'm still going to do that. Because the first time I played this game, I killed the clock tower, and that's what I did in this walkthrough. First time I played this game, I redeemed Peatronic, and that's what I'm going to do in this walkthrough. So let's go. Jungle Rhythm is not that much, to be honest with you. I mean, you're just jumping in palm trees and stuff. There's some natural wildlife down here. Oh, and you start each game with 5 health pits, but I got an extra one, I think, for getting Oswald back as Locket or something. Remind me, did I ever, okay. What were the 2 quests I failed? Alright, I did find all of Goofy's parts. Yeah, any quest that says expired on it means that, like, you didn't really fail it, but there was, like, a second part to it that you didn't do. I never found the dog tags, which is what I did the first time, and I killed the telephone in the Oztown Phone Network quest, which is also what I did the first time I played this game. Alright, you're gonna notice these little monkeys that are gonna... Their face is gonna change each time you step on them, and each time they're hit with a coconut. Alright, there's the film reel down there. Don't forget, you can double jump, The controls, remember, are with the control stick on. You need a nunchuck to play this game. Nun, whatever it's called. Alright, here's the film reel. Alright, you need a nunchuck for this game, don't forget about that. And, there's another thing, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, controls. Alright, remember B for paint, Z on the nunchuck for thinner, C for camera centering, A for jump and then double jump, 2 for pause, 1 for a kind of a zoom in feature, control pad for absolutely nothing, minus and plus buttons I don't think do anything either, from what I recall, and the B button, oh wait I already said that, B button's for paint. Alright. Yeah, if you don't remember, we have this little gremlin friend that we've met since the beginning of the game, whose name is Gus, and now we're actually going to find out what's been going on in Ventureland. Remember, we've been to the World of Gremlins, Mean Street, Oz Town, Mickey Junk Mountain, and Tomorrow City, and this is Ventureland. If you can't figure it out on your own, Ventureland is supposed to be Adventureland from Disney World. Now, I just went to Disney World for Christmas, so I gotta refresh on my memory of that place. So, this place sort of looks like it, in a way. Not entirely. If this little self-guided tour ever stops, I can move on. There's Smee over there, Captain Hook's assistant. Alright, so now it's going to let us go on. Did I see Smee crawling over there? We should start with him. And don't forget, every time you see that little Epic Mickey logo at the top left of the screen, it means your progress has been saved. Don't forget to collect these e-tickets, like, especially by getting them out of these little bushes. Now, if you remember, there was this one point in an earlier, like 2 or 3 Epic Mickey videos ago, where I failed to get Goofy's last part. Like, I literally walked right by it, and that was just stupid of me. Like, I don't know how I messed that up. But anyway, e-tickets refresher. A red one is worth 1, a silver e-ticket is 10, and a green is worth 30. The rare golden one with Oswald's face on it is worth 100. And don't forget, you can use stuff like TVs and stuff. TVs, and in this part, in this world, later on we'll get a watch sketch pretty soon. Maybe I should turn up the volume. There. Alright. So let's start with Smee. He's just over here, blubbering to death. Alright, cutscene time. Aren't you Smee, Captain Hook's right-hand man? Well, only hand man, I guess you'd say. That part doesn't really make any sense, only hand man. I mean, he has 2 hands, and he's saying, I was, until Captain Hook turned evil. He's like, we had to escape from Skull Island, because that's where the captain was hauling us to. That's where we used to live. We pirates used to live on Skull Island, but not since the machine started turning us into monsters. And one of those monsters is Captain Hook, and he's crosser than ever now. And those monsters held no loyalty to us. So we came here and closed the way behind us. But when they couldn't find work, my crew turned to idle mischief. My crew, once so ship-shaped, now so lazy and dim-witted. I was going to say unfocused. Oh, if those monsters invade, we'll be no match for them. If only someone could stop them. We should get to Skull Island and see to that machine. Then Smee and his crew can go back home. The trouble is, the way there's blocked. Can you help us? Captain Hook, I mean, that awful machine Hook, chased us clear out of Tortuga. You'll stop him? Well, first you'll have to get to him, and to do that you need to fix the door-opening contraption we broke. You'll need a ship's wheel. Not long back, me crew sold one to Tiki Sam. And Damien Salt, the big un who's all love-struck, he's got the figurehead. Scurvy Pat, that sneaky-eyed fellow by the mast, he nabbed the compass. If you capture these items, bring them to me. That way, as I can repair the contraption. Get all the items back, and you can pass through to Tortuga. Quest added: the door in Ventureland. Alright, so since there's a machine on Skull Island where the pirates used to live that turns them into animatronics, we have to. They don't tell us for sure, but we kind of have to assume that the Mad Doctor built the machine. Why? Because don't forget, The Shadow Blot, which is the main villain of this game that is responsible for pulling Mickey into Wasteland in the first place. I mean, even though Mickey was responsible for making Wasteland a wasteland. Because if you don't remember from the first part, go back and watch that little intro video in the game. Go back and watch that little intro video in the game, because it'll show you how some magician guy was working on it. Some magician guy was like working on this place for all the forgotten Disney characters. Oh, and don't forget to collect Power Sparks. You'll need a bunch of them later on, because okay, now we have 16, but we still need 14 more for a later part in the game. If you don't remember, these Power Sparks are like sources of energy, and you can find them just about everywhere. Alright, there's a paint refill. Alright. Yeah, do not forget to get Power Sparks. And yeah, the magician was working on Wasteland, and Mickey kind of destroyed it, and the Blot pulled him into it. The Shadow Blot's minions are the things like the Blotlings, and the Seers, and the Spatters, and the Spladooshes, and the Sweepers. The Mad Doctor's minions are the Beetleworks, which are the little robot things that cannot be redeemed with paint like the Blotlings can. They have to be destroyed with thinner. Well, that's okay, because if you remember me saying I always destroy my enemies with thinner anyway, so that doesn't really matter for me. Alright. First, let's go over to Tiki Sam. Yes, I want to enter the Tiki Hut. Now, if you notice, there's a little hidden room back there with a hole in the wall. Sees, I'm a tiki connoisseur. Word has it you come for a ship's wheel. Yeah, I got one from the same pirates that looted my tikis. The finest trio of masks you've ever seen now scattered to the wind. Round up all the masks and I'll just give you the ship's wheel. So now we have another quest, Tiki Sam's masks. And when we were up in the treehouse a few seconds ago, there was one of them up there. So, let's go and find that one. Alright, now let's just talk to this guy. Oh, I can beat him to death with my spin move, which you use by shaking the Wii remote. And this guy says, "Jump in, Jiminy. Sorry, seeing you dripping like that gave me a start. Gene Mark's the name. Back home I was the gang's finest." Wait, did you see that? Faint movement up in the trees, like a squirrel maybe? Okay, he was the gang's lookout, and he's pretty much saying that here's a tiki mask staring at him from the clock tower, so there's some clues right there. Now, if you don't remember, after Mickey was pulled into the wasteland by the Blot, the Mad Doctor hooked him up to some machine, but Mickey was able to escape and use the brush to scare the Blot. Quest updated, Tiki Sam's masks. This must be one of the masks he was talking about. Alright, so anyway, we have some e-tickets in that little hidden area. Alright, this is supposed to be a store. And he says, "This shop is closed, I'm just here to keep on it. One-eyed Ian. Boring to say the least, just watching the others go about their business. That one there, Scurvy Pat, has been eyeing the treehouse all day. He's been wanting up there since that bloke Antonio talked to him yesterday. Damien Saul has been hypnotized by that wrench for days. Poor slob. I've learned to mind my own business since losing my eye." Alright. Alright. The clock tower is pretty hard to get to. Oh, and if you don't remember animatronic Goofy, it was something the Mad Doctor and Oswald built together. And the Mad Doctor lobbed her of all her parts. Well, guess what? There's animatronic Daisy right here. Another one, and it's Daisy. Mickey, goodness, how did you wind up here? Oh, I'm afraid I'm not looking my best today. The Mad Doctor's Beetleworks were positively beastly. Heh, beastly Charizard. Don't worry, I'll look for the rest of you, Daisy. Where are you, if you know what I mean? My hero, I don't quite recall where it was broken up, but there were a lot of pirates around. You said another one, have you rescued Donald? There's an animatronic Donald too? And then Gus says, Oswald never knew the real Donald. Sorry, Daisy, but we met animatronic Goofy, and then she's like, ugh, Goofy, screw him. Alright, so now we get to find Daisy's parts, and based on how she says, I don't quite recall where it's broken up, we have to assume that animatronic Goofy, Donald, and Daisy were all broken up, like, several decades ago. Alright, with that being said, find some more e-tickets back here. It's pretty hard to get up to the clock tower, but it is possible. Alright, here's Damien Salt. Oh wait, no, that's not Damien Salt. Ahoy there, I, Bosun Blake, am most pleased to meet you. I've been here too long, losing my sea legs, you know. We pirates are refugees here. Speak with me, Smee, to hear the sad tale. Alright, so that's just stuff we already know. If you jump on this thing, I think it's supposed to, like... Well, once the door contraption is fixed, it'll, like, hoist you up somehow to get those e-tickets on the pinwheel. Who interrupts my meditation? Hello, Mickey Mouse. Did you see me levitating just now? I am learning to expand my cartoon abilities. But yeah, once the blot pulled him into Wasteland, Mickey started dripping ink, and everybody thinks he's evil because he drips ink just like the Shadow Blot does. But of course, this game is just kind of about... There's kind of a moral to this game, and it's saying your actions in the world will affect others both positively and negatively. Alright, now let's go get those other tiki masks. There's also some e-tickets atop this little mask thing, but it's practically impossible to get up there. It can be done, though. I'll tell you that. Alright, to get up to that clock tower in the first place, we're going to need to somehow get on one of these trees. But yeah, don't forget, animatronic Goofy, Donald, and Daisy were all torn to pieces by the Mad Doctor's Beetleworks. Alright, jump on top of this. Ah! Crap! Okay, let's try this again. Jump up on this palm tree. Okay, I made it. I'm on the roof. Okay, this is a hidden oh, okay. I forgot about that. I could have just used the hut steps over there to get up on here, but here's another tiki mask. And while we're over here... Alright, one more, and yes, I know where it is. It's top that little pinwheel thing. It's gonna be hard to get up there, but it's possible. Alright, here we are. And there's the last mask. So let's go get that ship's wheel. But before we do, if you don't recall, there was a hidden room back there. But yeah, the reason why Mickey drips ink, I think, is because he's now a cartoon that's part of Wasteland. Or maybe, I think the reason why he drips ink is because the blot had kind of sucked him up and brought him down into here. So since Mickey was sort of inside the Shadow Blot on the way over to Wasteland, he absorbed some of the blot's ink, and now he's dripping ink. Alright, so we need to thin this door right here. And this is the Tiki Hut storeroom, and guess what? There's absolutely nothing at all. So, we just got ripped off. My advice, don't go into the storeroom, because there is nothing worth your time in there. Okay. Alright, since I've been taking a break with Epic Mickey, the second one has come out, and I asked for the second one for Christmas, but I didn't get it, so hopefully I'll get it for my birthday, but don't, like, be an a-hole and, like, make any comments related to the game, because I don't want the ending to be spoiled to me or anything. Alright, so thanks, here's the ship's wheel, and that's one quest completed, only to reveal another. He might have some work for us later. Alright, figurehead and compass to go. Alright, now he has an actual store, so he's got some concept art. Don't forget there's a bunch of extras, like you can see all the cutscenes and stuff, which are called movies. You can see some game work art and stuff. You can actually, if you get enough film reels, you can get 2 actual cartoons. One of them is an Oswald cartoon, one of them is a Mickey Mouse cartoon. And we've already gotten one of them. It was an Oswald cartoon called Oh, What a Night, which was cartoon number 12. So let's go ahead and buy this concept art. Extra content unlocked. Mickey Spill. That cost me like 200 e-tickets though. Yeah, I'm ready. Alright, well I know this wasn't much of a video, but like all of my Epic Mickey videos have kind of been over 15 minutes. I just want to make this one short. But I'll be back next time.